My dad was diagnosed when I was 14 years old. So that meant going through secondary school, polytechnic, and then after that in university, living with my father's condition and my family's ability to deal with this condition every day. And I think that there was always a sense of choosing not to talk about it because we felt that no one understood. My father was diagnosed with young onset dementia. My dad was always a very sociable person. He enjoyed having dinner parties. In the earlier stages, he was actually diagnosed with depression first. So he was very withdrawn. He didn't really enjoy meeting his friends anymore. But it was only until he went missing on one of his business trips that we realized that it was more than depression. So he was just about 54 years old when he was diagnosed. And I think as a family, we struggled to understand what was happening to my father. A typical kind of setting would be, you know, in the middle of the night, my dad would try and wake up. He can't find his way to the washroom, and he'll just let go. And then that would mean that the entire family would have to wake up. And then in the day, we will always have to be there. But it can get very difficult. There was one time where he went missing. We couldn't find him for 2 days. There's always a need to balance what was happening at home and every other aspect of life. When you care for someone like that and when you live with someone like that, very naturally and very subconsciously, there's a strong sense of guilt, of wanting to constantly be there, the fear of being forgotten, the fear of being the first one to be forgotten. But I think as a younger caregiver, when you're at the prime of your life and you're out there working full-time, and on top of that, having to care for a parent, that can really impact your career opportunities, that can impact your social life. My father's condition lasted for about 10 years, and sometime during the 6th or 7th year, he started forgetting who we were as children. Towards the end, I think the only name that my dad really remembered was my mom's name. Having to live with my father for that 10 years and learning on a day-to-day basis what was happening to him, I wanted to take all of that I've learned and help other people know what was happening as well. And from there, you know, Project We Forgot was really was birthed because we wanted to just put stories and faces of people that were living with this condition and caregivers that were caring for these individuals out there, so that, you know, caregivers will know that they are not alone. You know, it's been 4 years building Project We Forgot, and I think we've been able to reach so many families, hear their stories, and help put their stories out there so that we can empower other families to know that they are not alone and to go and access help.